Good morning to you all. My dear students, I'm sure that you all must be preparing for the upcoming examination. Today in this special counseling session, which is basically to discuss that how you will be preparing for your final examination, we'll take up three papers. First of all, I would like to speak to you in general terms regarding the preparation of all three papers. When you are studying or when you are almost like finishing your syllabus, you must make sure that you have all the conceptual clarity. Since this is a numerical paper, many of us try to go to the numerical part straight away and then probably come back for the theoretical study or theoretical discussion. So whatever may be the time left, I think still a good amount of days left. And if you multiply the number of days into, let's say, 14 to 15 hours, good amount of hours is still remaining mathematically. Only thing you need to make it a quality time, and you need to devote yourself that much time into the subject. Being a numerical paper, this is one of the most critical paper what I feel in intermediate, except probably the accounting. Or if we talk about accounting, probably we are more habitual of doing accounting, more adapted with accounting, more adjusted with accounting. But this is the paper sometimes we ignore and we take up at last. So first, cost accounting and financial management, as you know that there are 50% of cost accounting and financial management. And then there is cost and management accounting, which is for the intermediate student, which is of 100 marks. And then obviously there are financial management paper 8A, which is again for the new intermediate syllabus students. It's very important that we practice a good number of numerical questions from the study material. In fact, you should be able to finish the whole study material. In case of old intermediate student, it is the study material plus practice manual. And in the new, it is the study material mainly, and then some of the chapters which was there earlier, you can practice also. For both old and new syllabus, you must practice at least 3 to 4 years suggested answers. And it will be better if you practice them within the specified time period of, time period which is given in the examination. So you can start, let's say, at 2 o'clock, and then you can finish it by 5 o'clock. Or 15 minutes also you can see that you are devoting to understand the question paper and all. Friends, then there will be a system that how you'll be approaching this particular paper. So as I told you, number one, if you talk about the importance part, is going to be the conceptual clarity. The number two most important part is going to be the practice of the practical question. Now, many times we have seen the students, what they do, that they practice the question, with the solution. So question is there and solution is there. So what you are trying to do is basically audit the questions in layman terms. You're trying to see that solution is correct, solution is not correct, like that, which is not required at all. What you require is to practice each and every question and then try to see that in which steps you are having problem. If you could solve the whole problem, which part of the problem you are having issue. So that's the way basically you can check on yourself. This is required for all three subjects. So conceptual clarity and then practice the numerical question. Devote equal importance to cost accounting as well as financial management in case of old syllabus, and for new syllabus, all the topics. For theoretical question, if you can clear your concept by writing down brief notes, you can have your own notes. and then probably it will be easier for you to revise those notes at the end of the your preparation or before the examination. And theoretical question you can always attempt from that. So theoretical question is not something, which you need to prepare something extra. If you practice it from the beginning along with your practice questions, I think theoretical questions will be ready. And when, let's say, a very less number of amount of time is left, let's say 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you can bank on the theoretical question, but you may not be banking on the numerical question. So these are the general things which we all know how to do, how to go about it, and accordingly you have to deal with it, and you have to find that how best you can do in the question. Now one by one I'll be taking. Please start sending the question, whatever the question you have. Simultaneously, I'd love to have your questions. In fact, if it is interactive, then it will help you as well as me also. So first, what we'll do, we'll share the PDF file of the first one. That is the CAFM one. You can see it now. So if you see that what type of question is given, and let me tell it to you that a lot of new type of question has been given in the mock test paper this time. And if you can practice this question, it will definitely, within the time framework, it will definitely give you a feel like almost practicing in the examination condition, right? So practicing the individual questions from the study material and practice manual is like a net practice we do in cricket, and this is probably playing a practice match so that you can go and finally play your examination, or you can be relaxed at the time of examination. So I will just very briefly tell you that what are the question has been given. If you have any question, definitely you can ask me. This is a question, Butterly Butter question, the name of the company, where this is related to joint cost. There was a question last attempt also on the joint cost apportionment, and what technique has to be adopted, that also has been given. And what is the technique? It is estimated net realizable value. So you can definitely go through this particular question. And then there was a second part, that which is a sort of small type of decision making question, that whether the company shall accept the offer affecting its operating income or further process it. So this type of question is very, very popular question, and this will really help you to grasp any sort of question which may come in from the chapter joint product by product. Then second question, that is Terminator, the name of the company, which is a toy car basically. And here we have to calculate the economic order quantity as well as if the quantity discount offer can be accepted or not. So again, a part will be of the decision making, that if the discount is offered, then what will be the situation? If discount is not offered, then what is the situation? Second and third question is from finance. First, question number 1C is ratio analysis, very straightforward question. Few figures are given and you need to prepare the balance sheet, the summarized form of the balance sheet. Then second question, which is from the time value of money, you need to calculate the amount of the EMI, and we need to calculate the EMI amount to be paid per month, as well as the total interest that would be paid up to the end of the 6 months. So this is one question of ratio analysis, and second question is of time value of money. And there is nothing, which is not known to you. So I will just discuss the question and then one by one I'll go for the solution of this. I think one question has come. I can take that question straight away. That is of finance. Daksh has asked that particular question. In certain past year question with respect to cost of equity capital, it is not specifically mentioned whether the dividend rates to current year or the next year. In such case, what should we assume? Normally, if the growth rate, you mean to say growth rate, I'm sure. The dividend rates is the current year or to the next year, whether the growth rate should be applied or not. If the expected dividend is there, so that means the growth rate has been applied in general meaning. And then if you feel that at the beginning of the year, somewhere you are getting a hint of that, then you apply the growth rate and you make it D1. So there are two things. One, the dividend which is given is either D0 or D1. If it is D0, you apply the growth rate. If it is D1, you don't apply the growth rate. And in general, both the alternative, until unless it is specified in the question, can be accepted in the examination. But in the study material, we have brought to an uniformity that if the D0 is given, always the growth rate is applied, and then it has been made as D1. So always it's a better one. You can provide a note also that it should be taken as D0 until unless it is mentioned, and growth rate may be applied, and then you can make it D1. Is it clear? Daksh Agarwal. If there is any other question, Daksh, you let me know. Is it clear, Daksh? Daksh, is it clear? Just let me know. In the meantime, let me take another question of Sakshi. What Sakshi is asking is, let me move a little bit. Sakshi is from Firozabad. Daksh was from Hasanpur. Sir, I am a student of CA Intermediate New course. Okay, Sakshi, could you please explain what are the important theory from chapter paper 3 cost and management accounting? Theoretical question can come from any chapter. But specifically if you see Sakshi, chapter number 1, even if you see this type of mock test paper which is given, chapter number 1 where there is hardly any numerical except separation of cost. So that is one chapter from where you can expect the theoretical question definitely. And from the balance chapter, what you can do is you can prepare the important topics always. From the material chapter, the difference between the different terminology like spoilage, defective, scrap, their treatment of overhead premium, idle time. So then labor turnover, then from overhead also different treatment of different terms in case of cost accounting. Then retention money, escalation clause from contract, difference between job and contract, job and batch, different kind of service costing, the utility of marginal costing, the different terminology of marginal costing, budgetary control, zero-based budgeting, standard costing, how it is helpful, right? So these are really, is going to be, it's not important. These are the things you definitely have to do. So when you are going through the chapter, simultaneously, if you can prepare your note for the theoretical part, it will be really, really helpful for you. So separately, you are not required to prepare anything. But separately, if you want to prepare anything, I think chapter 1 definitely you should go for the theoretical question. Sakshi. Thank you, Daksh, that you have understood your query. And it was a very good question. In fact, a lot of people face that question. Sakshi, yes, it is very clear. So accordingly, and don't ignore the theoretical part. It's a numerical paper, and definitely you should practice maximum number of numerical. But theoretical questions also can save you. Like for an example, I told you, let's say 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes left, and you are required to attempt one more question. So at least major points you can write down in the theoretical question. Right, Sakshi? Okay, thank you very much. And kindly do send your earlier other questions. Other student also can send. And if you have some more question, whether it is Daksh or Sakshi or any other student, definitely you can send across to me, and I will try to clear it at this moment only. So carrying on, this is a question of service costing where predetermined overhead rate was there. And then this was two-way question. And then next question, which is of working capital management, very important type of question. And we need to calculate the net working capital of the company from here. The next question is process, and in case of process, the statement of equivalent production is very, very important. And then how to calculate the statement of cost, statement of distribution cost, process one account, etc. So this is one type of question you can practice. This is also a new question. Healthy sweets is a new question which has come, which we have given prepared by the BOS. Then the next question, which is of cost of capital, which is of capital budgeting investment decision. So you are required to calculate for each project. There are two projects, project A and project B, and you are required to calculate discounted payback. So normal payback is where you are not taking the discounting factor into consideration. But profitability index, obviously we will be taking the discounting factor into consideration. So all three, whether it is discounted payback or PI or the NPV, net present value, all three require the discounting factor. Then the escalation claim and indicate what is the price. This is related to contract. Very, very different type of question. Very good question, I believe that you can try. Then modern chemical, another question which is of a different type, and you can practice that question also. Then there is a theoretical question, Sakshi, you can see here that practical application of marginal costing. Just now I told you basic assumption of CVP also I told you. Then importance of trade credit and accrual, which is from old CAFM if you talk about. Then sources of finance is very important from theoretical part. Chapter 1 is important from the theoretical part, and chapter 1 from the costing is also important for the theoretical part. Then bridge finance, which is again for sources of finance. Then C, which is of variance. Some variance is given, and some of the variance we need to add, or we need to find it out. Then the next question, which you are required to prepare, different kind of leverage is given, and you need to prepare a income statement. So again, a different type of question. And then the last theoretical question, and mind you, last theoretical question, there will be one question where 2 marks will be from costing and 2 marks will be from the financial management part. So effect of overtime payment on productivity, just now I told you it can be the treatment of overtime payment also. Components of budgetary control, normal, very straightforward question. Function of treasury management. Treasury and cash is another area. Different model of cash, another area where the theoretical question also may be there. Then the composition of ROE and duo point analysis, the difference between scrap and defective. So this is basically the question paper of the CAFM. I will just quickly run through that how the presentation has to be. Try to be very precise with your presentation. It will really give you a lot of confidence that how you are doing it. You see that two companies' name is given and we are doing it one by one. But if you do it differently, then what will happen? It will give you more confidence if you do it in the similar way, right? So this was the first question, and operating income was there. Then calculation of EOQ, straightforward question is there. And after calculation of EOQ, what you can do, you can calculate whether after giving discount it will be good or not. Then the ratio analysis question, and then preparation of the balance sheet question from the ratio, and calculation of EMI. So you can practice this kind of question. Also, when we are calculating the EMI, you can also see that how the presentation has been given, right? So this is how you are going to do it. Total interest has also been shown there. Right. This was the things what I was telling you. Then the service costing question. This also you can go through. I will come to that Sakshi question number 5B of paper 3. I will come to that. Okay, just stay tuned. After this paper, I will be taking the CMA. Mind you, activity-based costing is not part of the old syllabus. So this is the working capital question, and presentation almost like similar to the presentation which is there in the study material, and if you can have this kind of presentation in your examination, it will be also very helpful. So if you have any doubt in any of these questions specifically, solution has been given. A very important type of question, standard costing, this fill in the blank question. And these are the theoretical questions, right? So this is in brief. We have got about the CAFM. Now I'll be coming to the CMA. So this is the answer basically. So CMA first, I will be taking the questions. So this is one question, first question, where there are some similar question between the CAFM and the CMA, like the second question. So I will not be discussing that again, the EOQ question. Then you can, this is another very good question, the mirror look. Then butterly butter, which was there, buttery butter was earlier there in CFM old also, and as I told you that how to apply the concept of net realizable value in this. Then this is the question of standard costing, which was there in CFM also. And this kind of question will clear your concept. If you practice this kind of question, it will give you a lot of what I will say confidence if you can do it. Then Camcola, a very good question on marginal costing, where you need to calculate the break-even point as well. Then healthy sweets already we have discussed. This is related to labor. Mind you, when we are talking about the labor, in case of, is the question paper is not moving? Moving. Okay. Okay. Just let me see. Meantime, let me take moving. Yes. So I will come to the question of Sakshi and then Mansa. Mansa, when you will be appearing in the examination, beta? I think we have interacted last time also. Probably November attempt. May attempt you could not appear. I have seen you very regular in various classes. I will come back to your question. Then Alloy Limited, this is also a new question. So very important that you practice this kind of new question which you have not done, probably the absolutely same type of question. So that will really give a boost to your confidence that yes, I can do it. This is 5A, this is the service costing, service department question related to overhead, as I told you earlier also. Okay, I think there are some specific requests for this question, so this I will take 5B. Let me see if there is any other question. Which question, Mansa, you are referring to, and which mock test, if you can take? If you can tell that, utilize capacity, overutilize capacity, fixed cost will remain same. Which question you were talking about? Rahul, I hope it is moving now. Shakshi, I'm coming to the question. So this is a very nice question on activity-based costing. There are beauty soap, so Baby Soft Gold, Baby Soft Pearl, and Baby Soft Diamond, and different kind of production unit is given. One is on 4,000, 3,000 and 2,000. Essential oil, then different quantities there. Resource per unit is given, cocoa butter, filtered water, chemical, then direct labor. Quantity wise rate is given. So a different kind of question you'll be able to see from this. Uh, Babies of pearl, then babies of diamond. So all three, in all three part details is given. Then absorption costing part is also there. So what we are required to do, we are required to prepare a statement showing the unit cost and total cost, using the traditional costing system. Then we need to prepare it through ABC, and then we may tell the difference between the two approach. I will come to that question in the answer. And then 6, the theoretical part, the discussion on various steps to be followed for exercising control over cost. So cost control, basically, what are the steps? Then the difference between bills of material and MRN. MRN is material requisite number. Listing 5 financial expenses that cause difference in the financial and cost accounting. So what are the things which does not allow us to integrate or to make it same? Explaining standing charges and running charges in the case of transport organization, and we need to uh, uh, have 3 examples. Describe the objective of the budgetary control system. So this is the question. Now I'll be going for the solution part. Any particular question, if you want to discuss, you can let me know. But I'm sure since the solution is given, so now one by one I can. Is it moving? Can you see the question? Okay. So this is the first one where the overall position is given and how it has been calculated. Chargeable expenses, how it has been calculated, you see chargeable expenses has been divided by the direct labor hour. So per labor hour multiplied by the number of direct labor hour. So that note has been given. UQ question we have already discussed. I hope the screen is moving. Rahul? Just a moment. So sorry, there was some issues, and let me take out the question. Okay, okay, fine, beta, fine, fine, Mansa. All the best for your examination. Actual quantity purchase, actual hour paid is differ from the actual quantity. Yes, you are correct. You are correct. Yes, yes. There are some more queries, so let me take those queries. Then I can move forward. Uh, yes, there may be some difference because of approximation of the decimal. Don't worry about that. But this is the new type of question. You must practice this new kind of questions also. So if by chance a new question comes, whenever it comes, you are able to solve that one also. Not only the regular one, but also other newer one. Um, Sakshi, it's better you prepare the one which is given as in the study material. It is not that we will be following the study material while evaluating, but also that's the probably most systematic and scientific one. Try to understand, my dear students, that there may be various approaches which is given in various books, various authors, but institute has its own way of presenting the things, and it has been generally as the best one. Whichever we feel is the best one, that's the way it has been given. Okay, Mansa, that you can separately send the mail to me, page number 7.29 and 7.31, right? You can send a mail to uh, cma underscore ICAI.in. CMA underscore inter ICMI ICAI dot in. Okay, I am repeating CMA underscore inter at the rate ICAI dot in. Right? Or you can send it to my email ID as well. Sakshi, have you got your question cleared? Daksh, is it clear? The approximation one? Okay, fine. If you have any other query, then you can definitely ask me. Let me scroll it through. So then material variance question is there. I will just take you to the activity based costing question, because since there are one or two doubts in that. Let me just take you to that question. In the meantime, you may send your question, further question also. Also, I'd like to hear from you that how you think is the mock test paper, whether you find it difficult or easy or moderate, and about the quality of the question. Since you are the students, it is always better to get a direct feedback from you. Always you can send by mail. Yes, Sakshi has got the answer. Thank you very much. Devesh, sorry, Daksh, this 5A, I'm just coming to 5B. Allow me a couple of more minutes. Yes, Daksh has also said it's very clear. Thank you. Thank you very much, Daksh. Yes, this is the question. I'm just going for that question only. So this is the traditional way it has been done. Traditional absorption costing, you can see. Yes, Rahul, thank you very much for your comment. And so nice to see that what we intended to do, and it has been done by the BUS only, the faculty member of BUS. I'm also one of the faculty member. So yes, what are the critical issues of a particular area? We have tried our level best to capture those areas. But it is not that these topics are important, but these aspects are definitely important. Okay, and when you are preparing for examination, I think you need to prepare for all kind of RTP. We are not taking, Basudevan. What you can do, you can send a mail to CMA underscore inter@ICAI.in. You can send it. Question number, what question number? 13. 13, there is no question number. Vasudevan, you can send that question to me along with your phone number. I will try to speak to you and clear it. Thanks, Rahul, for your comments. Other also, please let me know. So Baby Soft, as I was telling you, so these are the unit cost. So total unit cost we have got. We have calculated direct material like for different, and then from here basically the ABC starting. So when you are starting with ABC, now total weight has been calculated, direct labor hour has been calculated, total operation has been calculated. So forklifting rate per gram is there. Then direct labor, direct material, and this is basically the total cost, and then finally the comments, right? If there is any particular area, so another very important type of question or a different kind of question which is there, and these are the theoretical question. You can see how precisely we have written. Even you can just touch upon the points, major points, that will do. And if a question, for an example, financial expenses causing difference in financial and cost accounting, let's say it's a 4 marks question, or you can write down 8, just point, or maybe 6 or 7. Getting my point? No, when you will be sending, Basudevan, you can sending the mail, you can quote your mobile number. Okay, may not be now. Okay. Yes, Sakshi, generally what we have done, it is probably a little bit above average. It's not average. It is little bit not very difficult, but just below the difficult level, so that your confidence is also up. At the same time, you also face little bit of difficulties, so that you are alert. So confidence is also there, but at the same time, you prepare your subject in a more specific way. Thanks for your comments, Sakshi. I agree with you. And some of the questions are tricky, particularly some of the questions probably you have not seen it earlier. In the study material also, that will not be for you in the upcoming one. There will be some of this kind of questions. Now let me take the third part. This we have done earlier. So now very quickly, since we have lost 5 minutes or so, I will just extend that. So this is the financial. Any question from costing is left, costing or CAFM from the students who are there online at present? Just let me know. Otherwise, I will be touching financial management. Okay, fine. So let me go for financial management. So anybody who is only there here for costing, you may withdraw. If you have financial management also, you kindly stay with us. So this is regarding the receivable management, which policy is better. Then this is dividend. 3 dividend payout is given. So in those 3 situations, you need to apply it. This is risk analysis in capital budgeting. Scenario based question, scenario analysis. Scenario analysis based question. Scenario maybe a different also. This is the balance sheet question, and these questions are different question from the CAFM question, CAFM finance question. So the students who are doing CAFM can practice these questions also, except risk analysis and dividend dividend analysis, dividend decision. Similarly, FM student can practice all question of CAFM MTP except the cash flow statement, if there is any, and the time value of money. So this is the second question. Forms of financing. Then the weighted average cost of capital, very popular kind of question. Then calculation payback as well as discounted payback. So in the earlier question it was of payback only, and then the theoretical question of agency problem, agency cost, like that. Okay. Second part is for the finance, economic for finance, that I will not be taking in this. So there will be a separate session. So very briefly, let me now take you through the answers. If you have any specific question, you let me know. Okay. So again, some of the new type of question you will see in financial management also. Students, wherever you have doubt, this is obviously face to face we are having, but definitely for FM _inter@ICAI.in, for costing CMA _inter@ICAI.in. You please send your query along with your registration number and mobile number, and I can assure you that your each and every question will be answered within no time, within as early as possible. All this will be answered. Now this theoretical question, you may not be writing this much detail. Maybe you write down only the major points, right? Since this is a suggested answer, that it may be a little bit elaborated, but you may be writing the major points in this, right? So any other question? Let me just see whether if there is any question which is not answered. So Daksh, Sakshi, Mansa, Rahul, and other student who is there. Vasudevan, you will be sending the mail as I told you. Any further question if you have, you just let me know. Otherwise, what we do, if you have not practiced the whole mock test paper, you take up the mock test paper as a whole after your preparation, and you go through the question paper for 10-15 minutes, and then you solve it in a piece of paper. If somebody wants to get it verified from Board of Studies also, you may send the scan copy to the email which is given, and accordingly we'll let you know that where you are going wrong and where you can improve. So that much of hand holding we are ready to do, but you please practice this question, and along with this question, if you have any other query, just let me know. Don't hesitate to come back to BOS for any kind of query, right? So what I will advise once again to you, you have your conceptual clarity, then you practice a lot of questions and similar kind of questions, different variety of questions. Similar questions will give you more confidence. Variety of questions will be giving you, way that how you can face those questions in the real examination condition, right? Thank you very much, Sakshi, for your comment, and your comment on MTP also I have seen, very nicely written, along with Rahul. Yes, Sakshi, it is your first class, and I think you have got the experience that yes, any query, whatever you will be asking, it will be answered by BOS definitely. So maybe we are coming to the close of the session. If you have any query, you just let me know so that I can take your query. This is a wonderful opportunity for you people to directly interact with us and to ask any kind of query, whatever you have. Okay. Right. So all of you have got your query answered. Just let me know. If anything is remaining, you can repost it so that still there are few seconds with me, I can reply to you. So as I told you, this paper is also one of the most critical paper, and along with the other papers, this numerical paper of costing as well as in financial management, you need to give a lot of emphasis on, and you please practice the questions in such a way that you are able to manage the time well also, and you are able to give your presentation in a nice way, right? So and that's basically all from the side of BOS. Thank you very much who are attending online, and who will be seeing it offline later on, probably through YouTube and all. So thank you very much. Please do send your queries, whatever queries you have, to us, and we will definitely try to answer your queries. So thank you for attending the session, and wishing you all the best for your examination. Thank you very much.